Oh. सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। May the Lord protect us. May He nourish us. May we acquire the capacity to study and understand the scriptures. May our study be brilliant, and may we not cavil at each other. Om, peace, peace, peace unto us all. Dear brothers and sisters, loving Sai Ram to every one of you, we welcome everyone to this Sathya Sai Baba Center of Arcadia. Now we are doing the study circle on Gita Vahini. We are on chapter 13, and if you have the soft copy which you received, we are page 60, and the hard copy is page, the one version I have is page 123. And we'll start with the paragraph. Well, householders do hold on to truth more or less tenaciously. But I will summarize what last week we discussed, the important points. Always we need to do manana, punascharana manana. So in spirituality, that's very important. Recollect whatever we did, because these are all the good things, even experiences with Swami, the scriptures. So relive that, recollect it. And then important is contemplate. The more you contemplate the same thing, the more insights you will have, more truths you will reveal. So it is very important that we recollect. So summarizing two important points. Number one, they said there are many people, billions of people, and only few people are interested in God, knowing the truth. So of them, very few people will reach the goal. To show important, like go to a school, you admit, hey, watch out if you are enroll in this for 400, by the time they graduate, only 20 people. That means how hard you need to work. So, some institutes are like that. So similarly, this is the even a bigger degree you are getting. You are going to get, you are children of immortality. That means we are immortal. That is the title you will get. Amrutasya Putra. So you need to work hard. That is first he is mentioning. And then he talks about four types of devotees. How all worship God, but most of the people for the whenever in pain, distress, and they want to have some help when they are in crisis. That is arthas. Next people is artharthas. Prajnan is there. He wants to have good grades in the class. You want to go to good school, good college. Once you finish, then you want to have a good job, then get a good family. So these are all the things. There are artharthis. They're okay. So you are asking God, but they're not highest. Then jijnasu, who knows, wants to know what is the purpose of life. Why am I here? Why are you like anybody else? Is there any higher purpose than eating, drinking, having family? Then highest is the people after all this, they become jnanis. They say jnani is the highest, because God himself says he is the nearest and dearest to the Lord. So if you want to be nearest and dearest, you have to be a jnani. So because he says, Bahunam janmanamante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvamiti sammahatma sudurlabha. After many, many lifetimes, we don't know how many lifetimes as plants, animals, even as humans we went through, finally we come to hold on to the feet of God and just, Lord, I surrender to you. After many lifetimes, this is the grace of God. Then, how do you know that become jnani? The king of mantras. Last week we talked about. What is that? Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sammahatma Sudurlabha. Even God himself is saying, he is a great Mahatma, great soul, who recognizes Vasudeva Sarvamiti. He says Sudurlabha, you can't find them. You can't find them in the street. Very few people, most of the people are just interested in simple things, only doing bhajan, service once in a week, but all the time being in tune with God and realizing Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Who is Vasudeva? Vasudeva is son of Vasudeva, who is Krishna, but that is not in the higher sense, that is not Vasudeva. That is in the body shape. Here, Vasudeva means in scriptures, Vasati Divyate iti Vasudeva. The one who resides in all beings as a divine spark. That is Vasudeva. That means you should be able to see the divine spark like in everybody here, in these books, in this carpet, when we are walking in the trees, and every place in about work, in your colleagues, workers, you go to school, in your other students, in your teachers, everywhere they just see, like Prahlada, wherever he looked, he was just seeing Lord Vishnu. So that is the ultimate. If we reach that, then that is the goal of life. So it is not that easy. That is why he says Sudurlabha, very difficult. But you should aim high. Hey, I want to get to that stage in this lifetime. So then you will reach. So you need to have a clear goal. That is, the goal is to have Vasudeva Sarvamiti. So for that, he says we need to hold on to God. Who is God? Last week we talked about. He is not this body form. Avyaktam Vyaktimapanyam Manyantema Mabuddhaya. These foolish people think I am this body. Like whether it is Rama, Krishna, Sai Baba, anything, you can't confine him to a name and form. That is, in the beginning, to relate to divinity, we can give you a name and form. You love it. But finally, you should say, he is the all-pervading reality. He says he's never born, never die. Ajayam. Because of that, is beautifully he says that let me tell you. He says, I am not born, but why do I look born? God is mischievous. Naham prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samavrutaha mudhoyam nabhijanati loko majamavyayam. Because people cannot recognize me because I put yogamaya. So he puts the Maya on him. So then, like putting a mask, you cannot recognize your thing. Putting a mask, you go in like a Halloween. So your father, your son, they may put it different. You say, who is it till they take off the mask? Similarly, God put this mask of Yoga Maya. That time you are confused. Then once he removes Yoga Maya, he removes. So the difference is the God, he has Maya. We already said that, right? Daivi, Hesha, Gunamayi, Mama Maya, Duratya. My Maya is difficult to cross. But he is Maya Dhara. He can put on the Maya whenever he wants. He can remove the Maya whenever he wants. That is God. Like the same thing, he can decide whenever he is to be born. Whenever I want, I can decide when to be born. Jam Myaham. I create. We don't have the capacity. At the same time, he decides when to leave the body, like Rama, Krishna, Swami. So he has the freedom to decide when to be born, when to leave. Similarly, this Maya, he can put a thing as if like Rama, just like an ordinary man he behaved. It's the same thing God does. And the classical example is Swami. Swami behaved like a normal child, going to school, playing, but at the age of 14, on October 20th, 1940, he said, what did he say? Maya has left. The Maya is gone from me. So, not that even before he knows, but for a thing, Maya has left. That means that time I am Sai Baba, I am not your child, he told. When the parents, mother knew that, Ishwaramma and parents, they came running. They said, oh, Maya is coming, Maya is coming. She was shocked her own son is telling you are Maya. So, he has a capacity to take the Maya and remove. But we have no capacity. So we have to call the Mayapati, the Lord of Maya, who is the Lord. You ask, and he will take away the Maya. That is Yoga Maya. So this Yoga Maya, he has been for us, it will take. For God, it is different. It can, whenever he wants, he can put it on, whenever he wants, he take. For us, we are stuck with it. By his grace and our prayers and sincere effort, we can get rid of the Maya so that we know we are divine. That is the whole thing. That is why another thing he says, Vedaham samatitani vartamani cha Arjuna, bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu veda kashana. He says, I know my past, I know my future, I know your past, your present, your future, but you cannot know about me. Swami said, even the whole humanity combines, they cannot understand my reality. Why? He knows whatever happened before, what happened to us, not only him, what happened to us before, what will happen to us, because he is in all time, he is beyond time, space, and causation. Because the whole Maya is in the realm of time, space, and causation, whereas God is beyond Maya. That is why he knows everything about us. And even we can be like that, like great saints and sages. They're also beyond Maya. They can tell you about your past, present, you are like this. But for us, when you are in Maya, we don't know. These are the things we discussed last time. So now we'll continue from, unless anybody has any comments, we'll continue from there.
That same thing that is suddenly, I remembered, if you have read the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, one example he nicely gives, the other side is all Brahmananda. It is the on the one side is just a big wall is there, and the other, so all great, wonderful mangoes, everything is there on the other side. So, but there's a wall. This side is all dry or something, and then this person, they climb the wall and look at it, and then they say, many people want, the moment they see that beautiful, that experience, that Brahmananda, they don't come back down. They want to be the other side. But only God or avatars can be, they know both. They can take it out and they can always put it. So we have to be very, just looking at that example, what we have to do is, it is lot more steps we have to go through to attain that. But we have to go on continuously practice, and then only we can reach it.
The main thing is, don't have lukewarm, intensify our sadhana. I know it is good once a week we do bhajans or a daily worship, but it should be, Swami says, every moment, everywhere. This underlying back, whether we are working or sleeping, so that is called ajapa japa. Without your knowledge, the name of God will go on. First, when you are thinking about God's name, you loudly repeat Om Sri Sai Ram, like we do the end of the session. Then you say it's called upamshu japa. Some people, they will do, you won't even hear that. They do with the japmala. Then the next stage you will come to manasika japa, because each one is 100 times more powerful. You don't even know they are doing japa. They are doing inside their heart. They won't even say out loud, or with the lips also you don't see. It's called manasika japa. And then the highest is ajapa japa. Just spontaneously it goes on, whether they are wakeful, sleeping, dreaming, walking, whatever they do. That background always Sai Ram, or Sai Rama, Rama, Krishna, whatever name it is dear. Just that means connected with God all the time. So that is the important thing. Then you will be in Brahmananda. Okay. Any other comments? If not, please go ahead and read.
Sai Ram. Well, householders do hold on to truth more or less tenaciously. There are among them many who are devoid of hate, of pure, unsullied hearts, and who tread the path of morality and virtue. But we find that the Tyagis and Yogis, who parade as such, are full of all possible types of hatred and all the manifestations of desire. They fall into the pit which these dig for trapping them. Egoism, envy, exhibitionism, these bring to the end all the efforts of sadhaka. Therefore, seekers and devotees must be very vigilant. They must keep away from all these undesirable traits, and they should try to grow in the contemplation of the glory of God and in the practice of morality, and eagerly striving to experience the real bliss of attainment. This bliss has then to be shared with the world. That will inaugurate world peace and world prosperity. Krishna was referring to such real jnanis when he said that the world will shine in splendor through the jnanis. A man without jnana is a home without light. I think the last sentence is so powerful. Without jnana, you're in such a dark. I think in this paragraph, three things really touched me. Is this householders is so relevant for us. The encouraging part is that as a householder, if you hold on to this gnana path and the bhakti, definitely in this life, that attainment of highest goal of moksha, that bliss, is possible. And the second point is, but if we have this ego, envy, show off, all that, no matter what efforts we do, we're going to get trapped, not going to move. That's another thing here. Clearly, Swami says and Krishna says to be very vigilant, not get trapped into those practices.
Yeah, this gives hope for the householders. People think in the olden days you have to be a sannyasi only to realize God. Swami says that is not true. And even Lord Krishna, even you can be a householder, till you can attain liberation, you get self-realization. And there are many examples, like so many great saints like Tyagaraja. He was one whose songs are so popular, and even now great musicians sing. Tyagaraja, and then Ramdas, there is another great devotee of Sri Rama, and they were all householders. And even King Janaka, of all the people, he was not only a householder, he was a king with so many responsibilities. But these are all, being householders, they were all jnanis. But you can be a sannyasi, as Swami says, outside is kashaya. Kashaya is akar robe. Inside is kashaya. They have got, like, kashaya is very bitter, right? So they have all bitter qualities, bad qualities inside, but put a nice outside shape. Like some people put vibhuti, nice white clothes. But what is important is not only outer purity, more is important, inner purity. That means we should not have that egoism. So just show off. People, even some gurus, some says they have big ashram, big advertisements, big billboards, and showing up, inviting celebrities. That is all show business. So you should have humility. So that is what even Jesus said, blessed are the meek, humble, for they shall inherit the earth. That really the salt of the earth is humble people. And Swami beautifully said, water flows always downwards, right? Similarly, God's grace flows to the people who are humble, not arrogant and egoist. So we need to be careful. We do self-audit, whether ego, and another dangerous thing is envy. Even in spirituality, the greatest, Swami says, God is omnipresent. Jealousy is omnipresent, because even among spiritual seekers, even whether I saw in Ramakrishna, the order, even our organization, Chinmaya, everything. Even among the spiritual seeker, there is competition. He wants to show I am better than them. So that jealousy of, oh, he is getting closer to God, how to bring him down. So that jealousy is the greatest evil. The difference between ego, Swami gave a nice example. Ego is like some insects are there on the top of the tree. So you see them, they're eating away the tree and you spray. That is the outside pest. But jealousy is like a root insect. It will be eating the roots. You don't even see it. One day, the roots are all gone, the whole tree falls. Similarly, jealousy is the one of the greatest diseases Duryodhana had, is that jealousy regarding Pandavas that was responsible for his ruin. So just always never be jealous of anything. That is the greatest disease, evil for a spiritual seeker. If you have jealousy, you'll never reach the goal, never have progress. Everything, always you should be happy for others' joy. That is why the Brahma Vihara, even the Lord Krishna said, what are those four? We should, in life, when we come across four kinds of people. So we should do what four things? Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, Upeksha. Maitri means who people, our friends and relatives whom we are like that, we should have friendship with them, we love them. Karuna, there are people who are less fortunate than us. They don't have food or shelter or water, but be Karuna, be compassionate to them. But they are more fortunate than us. They are richer than us, they are smarter than us, they have not more knowledgeable than us, more beautiful. With them, then people feel jealous. But be mudita, be happy for them. Share their joy, woes, and wish. So be happy for them. And then there are other fourth kind, who are the troublemakers, who give you trouble, cause you pain, they criticize you, they bother you, they come in your way when you do that. For them, upeksha means indifference, don't care. Okay, you do what you want, I will continue. You should not give importance and react to what those people do. As long as you are on the right path, proceed. So this is how in life we have only these four kinds of people, right? Is there anything different you can come across? The people who are our friends and relatives, who are friendly, people less fortunate, people more fortunate, people who are troublemakers. So how to deal with this is Buddha Purnima is coming in May, so Lord Buddha emphasized this is Brahma Vihara, they call that. But Lord Krishna said in Advaishta Sarvabhutanam, there is the Maitra Karuna Yevacha, so he said that. So main thing is don't have egoism and don't have envy. And exhibition, that means pomp, show off, that is also not recommended. These are all called demonic qualities. Then they will take us away from God. So that is important. Yeah.
Arvind.
So yeah, make sure we can hear you. Yeah, just go ahead.
Sairam uncle, yes, I hope I'm heard.
Last time some people, so we hear well. So people from Zoom also tell last time.
It is now clear, uncle. There is no echo. It is fine.
They said they couldn't hear. Okay, go ahead, Arvind.
I just wanted to make a comment on the ashrama that we were mentioning about Grihast ashrama. So through various readings, it has been very insightful. You know, Swami says, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. These are the four objectives of life. And usually it's in the first stage, that is in Brahmacharya, that we have to learn Dharma. And Swami would say, not ordinary Dharma, Atma Dharma. That is what we have to learn, because our whole life has to be guided by that. And generally, it is considered that in Grihastha stage, we go for Artha and Kama, which is desire and wealth. And after that, only Vanaprastha and Sannyasa stage, we go for Moksha. Swami beautifully says, you know, he says these four are like the four wheels of a car. And interestingly, if we observe in the four wheels, each wheel is not individual. The front are two wheels together, back are two wheels together. So Swami says it is Dharma Artha and Kama Moksha. I think as householders, as grihasthas, if this is one thing important, we have to realize that yes, Artha should be there, but that Artha has to come from Dharma. And then Kama, desire should be there, but that Kama should be for Moksha. Once we get that, I think automatically we'll be able to transition into Vanaprastha stage and Sannyasa and achieve Moksha. Because we don't understand this aspect, we come and get stuck up at Grahastha stage, and even at 70, 75-year-old, we are at Grahastha stage only, still wanting more wealth and still having desires and karma. So I think this is one important thing to realize, because it has been said, see, when we look at Adi Shankaracharya and others like that, they are more of the exception than the norm. It's not for everybody that they go from brahmacharya to sannyasa directly and achieve. Those are very special, blessed beings. For all the other rest of humanity, these four ashramas have been set. And grahastha is very important, because even financially or any other way, if we see, grahastha ashram is the one that supports all the other three ashram. Brahmacharya, it helps in educating the children. And even vanaprastha, in the modern times, it is like the retired people. When we look at the pensions and all of that, though they have put in the money, it's actually taken from the ones that are putting. That's why people are worried in the world that the working population is reducing and all that. So grahastha is a very, very important stage. It is the path for vast majority of humanity. The direct path of renunciation after brahmacharya is for only a select few who have, I think, very little karma left. So I just wanted to share this to tell that grahastha is a very critical component. It supports the other three ashramas, and it could set the stage very well for our ultimate redemption. Thank you, Uncle.
Good, good, good. Very good point. Is what the important point. What he shared, what Swami said is dharma and artha should be combined. So earn artha means wealth by dharmic means, righteous means, because people for earning money, they will do all foul means, cheating people, do everything. That is not good. There's nothing wrong in earning money, but do it by dharmic way. And also desire, what you have is only have desire for liberation. Those two are very important points, like Swami's fundamental teachings. So here, that is what the whole thing is Maya. So even old age, as Vanaprastha, people want to accumulate wealth. The people say, "Oh, I cannot get bored." So I had recently went to India. One of my cousins' husbands, he's 82. He wants to work and just still. I said, "Why? You children are grown up. They made money. So just give and do some service." But this Maya is something. Even though they have millions and millions, people want to go and amass. They don't know. We don't know that it doesn't come with us. We have fundamentally, we need to live. So the only money, Guru Nanak said, how much money you have? The money you spend. I didn't understand. Money you spend and gone, right? Then I understood the money I spend for my personal luxuries or use, or my family, friends, vacation, that is good, well spent. Or I give in charities for good thing, feeding people, helping people, temples. That is also a thing. If you don't use that, third thing is, today I pass away in sleep. What happens? All the things, it is no more somebody else, whether it is be heirs or children or government or somebody else, who is their property, not thing. So when you are there, try to use this thing. That is why even the great sage Bhartrhari said, it is danamu bhogamu nasham. There are only three things for money. There are only three paths. Danamu, that means give charity. That is the ideal thing. Number one, Swami said, you have money, at least 25% minimum. If not 50%, also there are people who give, or some people give everything. Danamu. Second is bhogamu. Okay, enjoy, go vacation, or help your family, friends. If you don't do these two things, then the third thing is nasham. It will be either the government will take away through taxes, or your children will waste the money. So better take this first recourse, danamu or bhogamu. Just give in good cause, which comes with you, even next life, for the good things you did. Second is you enjoy it at least when you have. But if you don't do, just people, I had my uncles, they had so much wealth, it will be enough for 10 generations. I don't know what they will be there, but they never enjoy. So that is, we should have, that is the important thing. So this good thing we covered that. Okay, want to continue? Yeah, the next chapter, 14. Before that, you want to say something else? If you have comments, please go ahead. Anybody else also, any comments or questions? This is study circle. Yeah.
So for the 7th chapter, all the things that are summarized now, also this is called Gnana Vijnana Yoga. And then the also the initially in the chapter, Swami clearly talked about drishti dosha, that faulty vision. Why is that happens? That's because of Maya. How do you overcome this Maya? Maya is so attached. Maya is part of Bhagavan. You can't separate. The way that you come out is to surrender to him, and the only way is through Gnana, no other way. So what is the roadmap for this? These are just my little take home to remember. Roadmap is bhakti, and then to go to Gnanam, that will take you clears the liberation.
Yeah, that is, this is why we are all in the field of Maya. So Maya is nothing but all this, what we see, time, space, and causation. Anyway, we are going to have an editorial for the Eternal Companion on Maya this month, because so many, everything people use the word Maya. But what is this Maya? Because there is different concept, but you are right. The summary is, he himself said, God said. So, Mamevaye prapadyante. He says, Ma eva means important. Mameva means only to me surrender. Not to surrender to him and also your some friends or bosses. This is not. Completely think you are the only one. Mamevaye prapadyante, then you will have it. That ultimately leads to jnana. But jnana is the knowledge, that is the enlightenment. So it doesn't come, as he said, that easily. We should have gone through all the stages, and ultimately you realize what all exists is only God. So the jnana is nothing but removal of ignorance. What is avidya? This is ignorance. Ignorance is darkness. So for example, in dust, we see darkness. So there is a rope. This classical example, all the Vedanta says. What is it called? Rajju Sarpa Bhranti. This is the classical example whether Adi Shankara, Vivekananda, everybody saw. Because this is easy to understand. In darkness, when there's no light, there is a rope. And somebody who sees, who is scared, depending on their own, they think it's my God, is a snake. They get shiver, they sweat, and some people may collapse and die. So, because they mistakenly think rope to be snake. There are two things in jnana path. One is avarana, another is vichepana. Avarana means you don't see what is there. You didn't see rope. That is avarana, because darkness. And vichepana means you project your own thoughts. It is not there, but you project it is a snake. Or some people who are nice, bhaktas, oh, nice, beautiful garland, they may think. But the minute you put the light, you see rope. Where did the snake go? Where did the garland, where did it go?
It was never there.
It was never there. So you projected it. Similarly, the whole thing, it was never there. So because of your ignorance, you are thinking that is all there. So the whole thing is, the minute the light dawns, the jnana dawns, there is no more there. So one is your mistaken identity. You didn't see the rope which is really there, and you are seeing something else, which is the snake and garland. Similarly, we always think I am this body, I am this mind, intellect, which is the real thing is we are the Atma. So that is the whole thing. Avarana means we are putting the mistaken identity and forgetting our real nature. First is we are not realizing Atma. That is why this that will Lord Krishna in this thing he said. What did he say? Na jnanena sadrusham. There is nothing equal to jnana. Sarvam jnanam pariliptati. Everything ends in jnana. But for that, you need to have complete control of everything. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam tatparas samyatendriyaha. Jnanam labdhva param shanti achirenada gacchati. So, you should have complete absolute faith in God, in scriptures, and in your Atma. Then, along with samyatendriyaha, complete mastery of senses. So you can go partying too much and sense indulgence, go to Las Vegas, using senses are all in the stimulation, and still you think you can attain God. Never in this lifetime. So Swami says it's like your sadhana, it is like going through the holes on the pot. Water you are carrying, but by the time you go, it is empty because it went through these holes of sense enjoyment. So Shraddha, one is Shraddha, and another is Samyatendriya, mastery of the senses. Then once you get Jnanam Labdhva, what will happen? Param Shantim, supreme peace, like Swami says, Prashanti. How do you get it? When you get Jnana, you get this Prashanti, peace that passes understanding. That is important. So constantly we should think this, the royal path. So Swami says, through train, non-stop flight. There is no in-between stops there. That is what it is.
Sairam uncle, one question I have here. When Krishna says that Eva means through me alone, that is not just like only Krishna, it is like general God. Is that my correct, my understanding? Because
yes,
this leads to...
You are 100% right, but it depends upon whom you talk to. If you talk to Krishna consciousness people, Hare Krishna society, they say only through this Krishna, who is the son of Devaki and Vasudeva, that is Yashodanandana, he is the only way. No other way you can get. You could say same thing, Christian Jesus is the only way. And Muhammad is the only prophet. That is the whole mistake. Even Sai devotees. So to realize that all names here, Eva means to God alone, which is, who is God? Sarvarupa Dharam Shantam, Sarvanama Dharam Shivam. He is all names and all forms. So once you, that is why he said, the great king of mantras is Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Eva means here only to God, which is everything. So that means when you're in tune with that, you do that. But in the beginning stage, yes, one name, one form. So you can surrender to God, Lord Krishna, Rama, Sai, anything. But ultimately realize all names and forms of God are the same. That is a good point. So Eva means there is only God.
And I just wanted to add one more.
Please add. Anyway, 3 more minutes there, when we can conclude.
So as you just, Uncle, as you just said about the rope and the snake. So for that, in this chapter, Swami in Lord Krishna says also Jiva Bhranti and Tattva Bhranti. So as long as you, for transactional, worldly transactions, yes, you think of your as a Pravina or an individual, that's Jiva Bhranti. But the actual inside, you need to anchor that Tattva Bhranti with the Paramatma, who is the Srishti Sthiti Laya.
Yeah, he is the ultimate. Correct. Main thing is get rid of Deha Bhranti. The main thing is we are too body conscious. That's the whole thing. Swami says once you get rid of body consciousness, you are in automatically in Atmic thing. But most of us, at least here, part-time at least, we are not body consciousness. But there are people, 100% they're all body conscious from the time wake up to sleep and dreaming also. But at least we'll slowly come out of this body consciousness. For that, it does not is intense sadhana, not part-time.
What I was about to say is that the moment we are born, this Maya also came with us. So it is basically, it's as again Uncle told already, the answer is that body consciousness. With the body, it comes with it. So while the body goes away, whether the problem is you have to get rid of that Maya that came with you. Then it's totally fine. But the thing is how to get, that is where Swami comes into our help. And once we have get rid of, it is not getting rid of that Maya, because it's really speaking that it's not existing. We are trying to get rid of it. It's also a Jnana only. So it is the only way is to take that mind out of it. And that is why he's saying, my arpita mano buddhi. All the things you just arpitam to surrender to him, Even everywhere you go, this Arpitam is there, Sarvadharman Parit. Again, it goes back to the same surrender, surrender, surrender. Thus, all the faculties that you think that is existing, you just basically not. It's all non-existent, and it is only He. That is again going back to the same thing, that removing that body consciousness. It is a very tough one. So we are trying to take that away, and then we are taking that form of the beautiful form that Swami came. We just go on singing, singing, singing. We forget about ourselves and merge with Him. Then we don't even think there is something else is there. That's one way of looking at
No,
it.
this is not easy to get rid of. Once body, I know you have no body consciousness, but once some cut you get the pain, or then your stomach, my God, I can't. That's just that time you know whether you are the body. So that time you can't think about my God. So the best way is complete surrender. So it's easy to say, like Ramana Maharshi said, somebody said, please remove the operation. Okay, tell me when anesthesia they wanted to give. No, tell me when you want to do it. He didn't have anesthesia. He took away the mind from this and then let them do. So you can take away the people like that, even Sri Ramakrishna throat cancer. But for us, whenever this acute pain comes, we all go through different degrees. In the early days, 34, maybe I would react very bad. But now I said, yeah, there is part of it as long as it is bearable. But otherwise, it's not easy. The best is Mother, you take care of the Divine Mother, Divine Father, you take care of it. That Maya is, what is Maya is really coming between you and God. Swami gave a beautiful example. There is a friend you want to see. He's in a big building. He's a wealthy man. You go and he has got the German Shepherd guarding the gate there. As soon as you meet, you cannot make friends. That is like Maya. It doesn't let you see. But your friend there, she sees you, hey, my friend, come on. Then automatically this mellows down because it is his shepherd. It will listen to him and he lets you go up and see the master. Similarly, Maya is instrument of the Lord. So it's Mama Maya. So you make friends with him. Lord, I can't fight with this. He's just giving me trouble, this lesson. Let me come to see you. Then he says, okay, yes, Lord, calm down, Maya. And then you can go and see the master. So that is a nice example how the Maya can go through if you can catch hold of the master.
You have to have patience to wait.
Yeah, you need patience. That's what Shraddha, Saburi. That's what Lord Sri Baba always said, Shraddha, Saburi. So faith, patience, patience. Patience is the very most important. So 3 P's. What are the 3 P's? Yeah, all by this time we should like formulas we should be on the finger tips right away. Say, purity, patience, perseverance, like that everything, happiness, union with God, like that everybody should see that we should all so much ingrained in us all these formulas Swami gave us. Okay, we'll continue next week.